Who's the boxing show that's knocking out the competition? The kick-ass podcast that make you want to listen. The place where boxing fans and fighters rejoice. Thumbs up for Richie. You're listening to The Fighter's Voice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. Want to get right to it. Today's guest, self-proclaimed, the man, the myth, the legend himself, trainer of the decade, I would say. He sees things before they happen, and he makes things happen before the people get to see it. Enough said. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Teofimo Lopez Sr., a.k.a. Junior. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice.
Hey, how you doing, man? It's just over here, man, just getting ready for this big fight. You know, my son is always chasing the biggest competition out there. You know, he's the only one doing it from all the young ones that had come into the game. And you know, that's how we've been playing this game, and we always succeed, you know what I'm saying? Come this June 10th, man, he's ready to take over the world again.
You know what? When Teofimo gets inside the ring, there's an expectancy of him to perform. There's an expectancy of a knockout. And to be honest with you, Junior, this time around, the public, the world, they don't know what to expect from Teofimo Lopez. Is it going to be a lackluster performance, or is it going to be lightning, knockout, bobbing and weaving, slick boxing, the Teofimo Lopez that the world grew to love?
Yeah, listen, man, there's been a lot of things happening, you know, with his life and with all the attention that he has gotten. And these past 3 years, I haven't been focused enough, you know, to understand what's going on. I realized the mistakes that I was making, and we fixed those mistakes in this camp. Because I'm not going to get into it because I don't want everybody to know what happened. But I'm just letting you know, I started looking at some tapes when he was just destroying like guys like Ugas and Sean Porter and everything. And the game, because I had stopped watching videos, you know what I'm saying? I was so discouraged with everything that was happening in his life. And I just stopped watching videos for like more than 3 years already. And and that was my fault, because that's what got me to be so great, you know, because I have the vision. I have a vision, and I could just see something. I could pick it up real quick. I was like, 2 weeks ago, I was just watching videos on him. And then I said to myself, well, wait a minute. That's not what I've been telling him to do. You know, I've been telling him to like do certain things that I forgot that he's not supposed to be doing. And we fixed them things. And he's just destroying everybody in sparring now. You know, you are going to see the old Teofimo Lopez, you know, that guy that everybody got so excited and entertaining, Teofimo Lopez. You know, I don't want to get into details of the mistakes that I was making, you know, because I don't want to give nothing out there. But I'm his only. There's no assistant coach in this camp. I just want to call that out. Everything that we did in this camp, you know, coach wise, it all comes to me. I just want to be trainer of the year this year. I know I could make it happen. It's up to me, and the game plan is perfect. You know, I feel we back. I feel like we're back even stronger than before, because he has matured a lot. He's not the same Teofimo when he was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Even when 23, when he was the first youngest world champion right after Mike Tyson to be undisputed. Yeah. You know, winning Mike Tyson hadn't won the WBO because it didn't exist back then. But winning like the four belt era. You know, and I don't want to hear that garbage that he's not undisputed because of Devin Haney and all this stuff. You know, I know that the belts that we have say undisputed. I know when they announce him to fight, they call out his name, Teofimo Lopez, the undisputed world champion. I know that when he fought Lomachenko after he won, they called him undisputed world champion. So even Max Kellerman said, you know, you'll be in the Hall of Fame inductee if you beat, you know, once we beat Josh Taylor, because we will have been beaten. We will be like we're twice undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Even though Josh Taylor doesn't have all the belts, but he didn't lose it against nobody. He just lost it because he didn't fight. You know, and that's what we're looking for, you know, forward to. And This is the Josh Taylor that's been undefeated, and I know how to beat him. We know how to beat these guys, and you're gonna see the same Teofimo Lopez, even better Teofimo Lopez. You saw it with the Lomachenko fight. I was making big mistakes, big, huge mistakes because I forgot things that he was doing in there and the way he was entertaining the crowd. I was pushing him too fast, too much, and he wasn't concentrating. We fixed those things, and everybody's gonna see in June 10th what I'm talking about.
Well, I will say this. This isn't new with you and Josh Taylor. You've been calling out Josh Taylor the minute you were victorious over Lomachenko. What does Teofimo have that Jose Ramirez didn't have, that Regis Prograis didn't have? Why is Teofimo Lopez different than those two individuals? What does he bring to the table?
These guys don't plan anything. These guys are just out there throwing combinations and going forward and trying to be tough and trying to be strong. They're not thinking in there, you know what I'm saying? And I made my son one of them. I just made my son like a regular fighter. And I forgot about his talent. In other words, I took my son's talent away. The thing that he was born with. And that thing, you could see it when he fights. You don't see it anymore. Those eyes. It's like a computer. He's analyzing everything you're doing. He doesn't do that no more. I don't know if you noticed that. You know what I'm saying? And he's still winning like that. And so I was watching him. I was like, what's going on, man? Like, I couldn't figure it out. And I was just being innocent. I had the guy that takes care of his physical, well-being.
Yeah.
I wanted to show him a video of Ugas when he was sparring Ugas, and it's just out of mistake. It's like God just gave it to me, and I was showing him the video because I stopped watching videos. I stopped, so I'm showing him the video with Ugas, and I see him doing all these crazy things. And I'm like, he doesn't do that no more. And then I started analyzing in my head. Wait a minute, I know why, and I put two and two together. And I know what I got to do June 10th, and it's a blessing from God, bro. It's like he gave me that shit, bro. And I ain't lying to you, man. You're going to come back and we're going to make an interview right after we beat this guy. And we're going to beat him easy. You understand? Because I screwed up. And I told him I screwed up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to listen to me. And I can't go into details because I'm going to end up saying it, so I got to stop talking.
Well, you know what? You've never been.
But I mean, I ain't making this up. I ain't making this up. Listen, one thing about me, man, I'm always talking the truth. Everything I said is real, and I'm gonna tell you, and you guys are gonna see, because I just saw it with my own eyes, the difference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just changed completely in this past 2 weeks. His sparring has changed completely, and it's because I changed it. And I told him, listen, this is where I fucked up. This is where I messed up at. And he agreed with me. He says, yeah, man, I knew there was something wrong, and we figured it out together. And I told him, I said, listen, I peeped it. I seen it. And I told him, bro, we're going to destroy this dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? I took that away from you, and you're going to have it back on June 10th. That doesn't take away nothing that he has done. That Kambosos fight was never about him not, it was about him being sick. The reason why we called out Josh Taylor right after Loma was because we couldn't make the weight no more. Everybody knew that. We wasn't even supposed to fight Loma, but we took the fight because it was a great opportunity to get all those belts, and we was the first one to risk it, and Loma wasn't gonna fight a dude that. Bro, you don't fight. This is what I'm gonna come through, man. The only reason Mauricio Suleiman did, the prestige belt, besides the regular belt, the one that Loma had, right? Loma let go of that belt because Mauricio did it like that because like that you don't have to fight your mandatories, because the mandatories, some mandatories don't even fulfill the right spot. Sometimes they get lucky and they become mandatories. All right. Mauricio did it, but people don't understand why he did it. He did it because he wants the best to fight the best. Loma's not gonna come over here and fight this kid that has done nothing. He's looking at Comey.
Yeah.
Wait, Comey got that belt that I need, right? So how can I get that belt? I can't get that belt because they're gonna make me fight this kid, this freaking kid. Who's this kid, So he comes and he fights. He's gonna fight Comey, and Comey gets hurt. Great opportunity for us. We come, we beat Comey because Loma has said, I ain't fighting you guys if you don't get a belt. So he wanted to fight the guy with the belt. And I understand where Loma is coming from. Loma ain't scared of nobody. So don't believe all that hype that this kid is talking about, Devin Haney. That's all BS. All right? This kid never wanted to fight nobody. The only reason why he talked that talk was because Loma took the belt. The WBC super, belt. The only reason he did that was because he wanted to be undisputed. He only had to fight the champion between Comey and my son. And that's understandable, bro. You would have done the same thing. Anybody would have fucking done the same thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, Floyd did it. Canelo did it. And they're undisputed world champions. Now my son does it, and they want to freaking, if Loma would have done it, this would have never been happening. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the whole boxing world is just bullshit. It's BS. And you know what it is? They want to shut me up. They get a feeling with that,
that?
And I understand it. They just don't like the way I talk, bro, because I talk the truth, and that's what I believe it is. I just talk the truth, and people just want to see me dying. They want to see me, suffering, only because I believe in my son, and I know why you gonna hate on somebody that really fighting real guys, we doing it like in the bag days, bro. We doing it old school, bro. That's how we doing it, and after this fight, we go and we're looking for progress. We're looking for the belts. Well, I'm just blessed. This opportunity came. It's the same opportunity that we had when Kobe got hurt. This opportunity, God is giving it to us again because we're going to do the same thing that happened. This is not a coincidence. This is given to us by God, bro. My son was behaving bad in a little way because with the family things and the family issues. And I think that was what you call it? Un castigo, like he punished him. That's what I feel, because he took his lungs away that night. With a nobody, with a Cambosos dude that was nobody. He took my son's lungs away.
Well,
bro, we dropped this. No, bro. Listen, the people don't fucking understand because people don't fucking listen, bro. Did you hear what the doctor said, bro? Yo, this was not. He fought with a broken elbow. We didn't mention that shit. My son could fight with a messed up shoulder. We don't mention that shit because that's just part of the fucking fighting. Bro, he lost his lungs. That's different. That's another category. All right? You cannot be an athlete if you got no fucking lungs. You can't play basketball, soccer. You can't play shit. You can't play football. You can't do nothing. All right? So don't come to me that we making excuses when you have a doctor saying that, he fought like he had 300 pounds of weight on his chest. He had a hole in his chest and a hole in his throat, and nobody talks about that shit. All right? So when we come and beat Josh Taylor on June 10th, I want everybody to eat that shit up. All right? Because Cambosos ain't nobody. All right? That's why Devin Haney is trying to fight a Loma that is not the same Loma we fought 3 years ago. Because he doesn't feel like he really won. He knows what happened. That's why he took that fight so fast with Cambosos. Why he didn't take it with us when we've been calling him out forever? That's all bullshit, man. And nobody mentions that. Nobody. And everybody just shows when my son gets dropped in that flash. You know why? Because my son he wasn't paying attention to nothing because he was panicking because that shit hit him hard. And that's why my son would have never got hit with that punch. And when my son goes down, he gets back up because, it was a flash knockdown. They don't talk about when my son dropped Cambosos. That dude couldn't even stand up, bro. When he stood up, he almost fell down again. Nobody mentions that. Nobody mentions that. He was the champion. He had all the belts. How the hell are they going to give it to this dude? It was all set up because he was gonna let go of the belts, bro, and they wanted that fight. You know, I don't want to mention names, but the company that had these people, they knew that my son was gonna leave these belts, and they thought they were gonna have this big fight. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't go out their way because God punished them, bro. It didn't work out the way they wanted it to work out. You know, and I just gotta say, that's all the past. We are in the future. I cannot fix that, you know, so there's no reason to talk about it. But I just wanted to put it out there because people want to act like that shit never happened. Okay? Like my son fought with two, like even the doctor said he fought like he got shot twice. Bro, and he went 12 rounds like that. My son will die in that fucking ring, bro. Ain't no, yo, that's one thing he has. He'll go and die in that ring. You know,
Well,
I bet you
I'm
no
glad that
athlete
we're
in
gonna
the
see a
world could have
healthy-
won one round. What happened?
I said I'm glad we're going to see a healthy
You remember
Teofimo, a rejuvenated Teofimo come June
No,
10th.
listen,
Because
we are at
Josh Taylor's
140.
no
Yo,
walkover.
listen. No, I don't take that away. He's a champion. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So doctors, bro, we went through a million tests to come back because everybody thought that he wasn't gonna fight no more. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you gotta heal from that. It took him more than like a year to heal, and you know, the doctor said we can't do nothing. He's got to heal on his own, and thank God he healed by himself. We went and we did all the testing before we fought Campa, and thank God he came back. You know, but you're not gonna come back 100%. You know, it takes a couple of years just from that injury that he had. People don't understand what he had, and you know, I think that we already in that position where, you know, where he's gonna, you know, well, not shock the world because he already did that once. We're gonna do it again with Josh Taylor.
Well, let me ask you this. Josh Taylor's a very aggressive fighter. A lot of people have concerns on hitting after the break. A lot of people have concerns that protect yourself at all time. I made the statement that when he fought Jose Ramirez, the fight started as soon as Josh Taylor got off the plane, which means he was focused, he was programmed and ready to go. Teofimo Lopez.
You're talking about the uppercut.
He's gonna have, yeah, exactly. Teofimo Lopez is going to have to make some adjustments. He's going to have to dictate the fight. I'm curious to see what he does different to be successful, what Regis Prograis could not do and what Jose Ramirez couldn't do. And I know they're all three different athletes, and I'm curious, and so is the world, to see how Regis Prograis, Teofimo Lopez handles the Josh Taylor big left to the body. And, you know, he's undefeated. I still call him undisputed because I don't believe you lose bouts outside of the ring because of the alphabet soup or because of the.
No, everybody knows that. Everybody knows he's undisputed. Everybody knows he's undisputed.
Exactly. First of all, hats off for Teofimo challenging the badass at 140-pound division because he is the man to beat in the 140-pound division. If Teofimo Lopez is successful, he now controls the strings. I made that statement earlier about Regis Prograis because they're trying to put together Regis Prograis and Arnold Barboza. I mean, yet they don't understand. Regis Prograis handles the strings at 140-pound by the WBC. Now, if Teofimo Lopez is successful, brother, I don't need to tell you, he controls the whole 140-pound division.
Well, listen, let me tell you, man. He beat all the guys. You know, when we was going into this 140-pound weight division, everybody was like, who the hell does this kid think he is? You know, he's going to get destroyed by these monsters. So what happened? The monsters got beat by the real monster called Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
So all these monsters that are there, Ramirez, Prograis, whoever the hell is in there, Jack Catterall, whoever is in there, no matter what, Josh Taylor beat them. Yeah. All right? So what does Teofimo Lopez do? We call out Prograis, right? Oh, yeah. He's scared, this and that. He's not going to fight Prograis. Because, why? Because we didn't know Jack Carroll was going to get hurt. He got hurt, and we say, fuck that. Let's go to the top. We ready. Yeah. And that's how we got the fight with Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Why fight Prograis? He's leftovers, bro. We don't want him. We could get him later, you know? We could get him after we get the big dog. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way my son has always been. We did that in the USA trials. You know what I'm saying? My son won everything in amateurs. We did that. My son was sitting down like a king, waiting for the losers. You know, nobody knows that.
Let me ask you this, because there's some news going on right now, and I want your opinion on this. And it will reflect on your son. It may concern your son. Regis Prograis, his opponent got hurt, so that fight is off. He recently challenged Arnold Barboza, the Arnold Barboza I know was just ready, waiting for that title opportunity, any big fight opportunity, and now we're waiting on, I guess, money figures. I have no idea, but Regis said, "Look, are you going to take the fight or not?" So if he is successful, that may be somewhere down the line where Teofimo and Arnold Barboza. That's if he is successful. That is, in fact, if that fight does happen. I believe they need to make an announcement no later than Monday, or you're going to see somebody else's face on that poster. If Arnold Barboza does not get this title opportunity, does not take this big fight, every time that he said that he was the dark horse, that he wanted the big fight, that he wanted that title opportunity, it's going to go out the window. And who's to blame on that? Who would you blame if Arnold Barboza does not accept this fight against Regis Prograis?
Before I answer that, I didn't answer the first question you asked me before. Okay. What makes Teofimo Lopez be able to beat Josh Taylor?
Yes.
Besides Ramirez and Prograis. Yeah, you forgot about that one. Reason why we're gonna beat him is because these guys don't know how to box. My son could box. My son is a thinker. You understand? And that's what I took away from him. My son is a thinker. You understand? My son knows what's coming before it comes. You understand?
Yeah.
My son knows what's coming before it comes, and I took that away from him. You understand? And you're going to see what I'm talking about. You're going to see what I'm talking about on YouTube. You're going to say, whoa, shit. Junior was telling me the truth.
I know your son is an athlete.
Because, yeah. Bro, I can't say nothing, bro. I cannot say it because I want this guy to come in confident to this fight. I want him confident. I want him hungry and confident. I want to beat the best Josh Taylor. I don't want to beat a run-down Josh Taylor. I want to beat the best. He's the best right now. And to answer your question, I think Barboza is full of shit, and I think Barboza is wrong. And I think that he shouldn't give a damn about money. We didn't give a damn about money when we fought Loma. We just wanted the highlight. We wanted to get everything. You understand? And right now, you know, we're tired of it. We're tired of it. After Josh Taylor, my son got to get paid. You know, I'm tired of this shit. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? How the hell is somebody that didn't do shit and fought a guy when my son was fucking dying, you know, and he gets all the credit. Then he sees him slipping a little bit with Jermaine. What was that kid's name? With Loma fought? Jermaine what?
Ortiz.
Jermaine, no. Yeah, that kid. You know, my son beat him, by the way. My son beat him in the Golden Gloves. Nationals in the finals, by the way. So anyway, when he was 17, he was a baby. But anyway, how the hell is this guy going to get like 3 times the amount of money that my son, you know, got? You know what I'm saying? When Loma had all the belts, and my son only had 1 belt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now Loma don't got no belt, and this guy's gonna make 3 times more money than my son. That's why my son made that comment, you know, about top ranking the black fighters and all that. You know, that's why he made that comment, because he's tired of getting abused. We never get paid the right amount of money, you know. And with all due respect, bro, I don't really care about that, because at the end of the day, I told my son, let's just beat whoever's in front of us and forget about everything, you know. And then they call him a racist because of that, you know. If I say, oh, you give all the money to the white boys or to the white people, is that being racist?
You're speaking your mind.
That's not being racist.
Exactly what you
said. No, I didn't. Yeah. But I didn't say the N-word. I mean, he didn't say the N-word. He didn't say that's being racist. You know what I'm saying? Or cracker or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? That's being racist. He just implemented that. That's what he thinks they are doing. You know, nothing wrong, bro. You know. So I want to base into that issue. I was raised with a whole different kind of people in my neighborhood, and I was living in the White Court projects You know, all my friends were black back in the day, and you know, I had a lot of Puerto Ricans, a lot of Dominicans, and a lot of blacks. We all got along. You know, in the '80s. So what I'm trying to say is that we are not racist. We've proven that a million times, and I just wanted to say that, you know, to everybody,
Well, I will
we
say
love
this on your
people.
son. Let me say this, Junior, on your son's behalf. When I mentioned about a year ago, about a year and a half ago, I said, "Do you think you would ever share the ring with Jose Ramirez?" And he said, "Jose Ramirez, a Mexican fighter, strong. Mexicans come with that heritage. They come, they're proud. It'd be a great fight." So all he did was acknowledge his race as him being a Mexican fighter and very strong. He didn't say anything negative. I don't think at all that Teofimo Lopez is a racist or a racist fighter. That's been blown out of proportion. That's for knuckleheads. There's no room in that in the game for this in the sport. If somebody dislikes somebody, they're gonna nitpick on any statement that's given. We should be looking for Teofimo to succeed, not every inch for him to fail. I don't know why he's under the microscope and looking for people to come against him. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I share this with my girl. I said I'm gonna post something of Teofimo Lopez every time he dances or something, and I do it a lot because he's entertaining, and two, because for the haters, because they hate on him so very much. I live in Fresno, California, and a lot of people that I call them casuals are always telling me, "Oh, the female, oh, he don't do this or he don't do that." Okay, stay in your category where you're at. Don't come over here where I'm at, because where I'm at, I'm very careful who I select and how I select, because I know the game. I know what I'm talking about before I open my mouth. Teofimo Lopez is not only an athlete, he's a good fighter. He has a promising career. He just needs to stay focused like any other fighter. Ali lost focus against Leon Speaks. Mike Tyson lost focus against Buster Douglas. Regis Prograis lost focus when he fought Josh Taylor. Jose Ramirez lost focus when he fought Josh Taylor and got pushed because Josh Taylor was playing head games. The Bronze Bomber lost focus when he fought Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury got in his head. So tell me, who's exempt from not being focused? Nobody is. There's only one perfect person, only one person that can walk on water. So what I'm saying is, Junior, is Teofimo Lopez is up there, in my opinion, in the top 5 of the 140-pound division. Does he have a chance of sweeping the 140-pound division? I think he does, along with Regis
We're gonna
Prograis,
do it. Yeah.
Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. And now we got Devin Haney possibly moving up, maybe Ryan Garcia coming up. But you got to remember, Teofimo Lopez is in the mix. Like him, hate him, or love him, he is in the mix, and there's nothing you can do about it. He's young, he's prosperous, he's strong, he's fast, and he was born with that one-hitter quitter. So enough said, man. Mic drop.
And the thing is, like, we have to fight everybody, bro. You know, because when my son fights, the commentating is not towards our favor. You know, it's biased. You know, it's really biased. You know, my son is like all balanced. Martin touches him, right? And everybody knows he's all balanced. And then you got, I don't want to mention names, and then you got one of these commentators jumping up and down like a maniac. He's hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
where do you see the hate? You could see the hate, you know? And, bro, turn off the commentating and watch the fight with Martin. My son won almost every round, bro. This is bullshit. It's BS. You know? I looked at the fight because I wanted to believe what the people were saying, that he lost that fight. So I went to watch the fight without the freaking volume. And I saw him, and I think he fought a great fight. You know, he was going for the body the whole fucking night. He was in a head hunting like Mikey Garcia was, and that was the plan. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do because I took that away from him, the shit that I was talking to you about.
I want to see the old Teofimo.
That is what I don't want to see. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything.
Okay, brother.
But let me tell you something. He was beating these guys at 17, world champions, bad in sparring. How the hell is that just gonna go away? No. That whole shit started 3 years ago with the relationships that he started, you know, having with And you know what happened,
Yeah.
and it just killed me, and I went down. I don't want to mention why. I don't want to mention anything. I don't want to get into that. I just want to get into the boxing part of it. But now I've figured out myself. I don't want to say what it is. Just watch the fight June 10th. You're going to see a different Teofimo Lopez, and this guy is getting a beating of his life. We're going to make it look so easy, bro, that nobody's going to want to fight us after this fight. I guarantee you that.
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong.
I
was wrong once.
Fight, Junior.
I was wrong once, and I said to myself, I was wrong once, and I said to myself, because all these haters, look at the fool, the Nostradamus. No, I said it before it happened. The only way my son loses is of his health. I said it, because he's asthmatic. He's fighting asthmatic. He almost died on me like 3 times already. Twice when he was in the amateurs, and the fight with Cabosa. The fight with Cabosa was worse because he had holes in his body. All right, so that was worse. And he was in the hospital for like 2 months. So I was not wrong, because I said the only way you beat my son is by health. We didn't know what he had. I know his throat got swollen before the fight. I wanted to go to the emergency room. And he said, Dad, I just want to get this fight over with. Let's just go. If I would have known what he had, he would have never fought that night. I swear to God. I was ready to stop the fight like in the 4th, 5th round, because I knew that was in him. He was breathing. Bro, listen, if you breathing and you're fighting a guy, right? You're fighting me, right? Let's say you're fighting me, and I'm like this. Is that going to give you confidence? Is that going to give you confidence to come all over me?
Yeah,
of course.
Because you're no longer fighting me, you're fighting yourself. You're fighting to breathe.
That's what was happening. And when my son sat down, my son said, he knows, Dad. He knows. He knows I'm fucked up because he doesn't like to show when he's hurt. I'll give you a perfect example. When he fought William Silva, he broke his hand in the last second of the 1st round. Watch the film. When he throws that over right hand and hits Silva right here. He breaks his hand, his bone comes out, and he tells me, Dad, I think I broke my hand. I said, fuck that shit. You didn't break nothing. Just go back in there. Do your thing. And he starts boxing. Bro, he did 7 rounds, and nobody even knew he was hurt. Nobody even knew. Because he doesn't like to show nobody that he's hurt. You understand? Because, especially the fighter. So I'm excited for this fight. I can't wait. I can't wait for you 10 because I'm so happy for the crowd because the crowd is going to get their money's worth. They cannot miss this fight. This fight is going to be amazing. And this is the real fight, bro. This is the real fight.
This is
the real fight.
Junior, this fight is actually getting overlooked. It really is. It needs more publicity. It needs more promotion. I don't know why they're not hyping this fight up more than they should be doing. It's getting overlooked. And I said that. I said, this fight is getting overlooked. This is the fight that I'm looking forward to because of the matchup.
And then you blame my son. And then you blame my son. And then you blame my son for the comments that he makes, right? Then you blame him, right? When they put us in the fucking hula theater, bro, with a big fight like this. You understand what I'm saying? And we tired of this shit. And we're going to take all our revenge. All our revenge is coming on June 10th. And I feel bad because we're going to take it out on Josh Taylor. The guy's never done anything to us, but he's going to take the hurting for all the stuff that they've been doing to us.
Well, I tell you what, Josh Taylor is a big man. He's a champion. He's proven that. And you guys are going after the kingpin of 140-pound division. Hats off to you for not only accepting the challenge.
We did it before.
But being confident.
We did it before with a better. No, we did it before with a better fighter. We did it before with a better fighter, pound for pound.
Yeah, those angles. Yeah. So let me ask you that. Let me get your opinion on this, okay? Who do you have winning that fight, Devin Haney and Lomachenko? And what does Lomachenko need to do to be successful? What does Devin Haney need to do to be successful?
That guy's a phony, bro. That guy's already talking that Lomachenko's dirty, bro. You know why he's saying that?
Why is he
why he's saying that? Because he's a little scared little boy that he has to go up like 23 pounds. The weigh-in is at 9 in the morning. Figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So he has all that time to hydrate. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So another thing, How you gonna say that Lomachenko is dirty? Why? Because when you go on a clinch with Lomachenko, he don't stop. He's gonna keep on hitting you. And you're scared about that? Because that's all you do all night? Jab, 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 hold, 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 jab, 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 hold, 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 every time you're in trouble. That's what he does. So he knows he ain't gonna be able to do that with Loma. Because Loma don't give a damn of the referee by the time the referee goes in there, Loma already got 3 shots on you. And that's why they scared of. You understand?
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense for him to say, hey, don't fight me dirty. When they say break, let me go. How you gonna say that, bro? You know, and I wish Loma was a little bit smarter in English, because if I were Loma, I would be, what happened? You scared that every time you hold me, I'm gonna throw my punches at you? I'm not gonna wait for the referee to split us up. You understand?
Yeah.
And people gotta cap that. Tell me he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Tell me he don't do that.
You're right. You're right.
He grabs you like 15 times every round, bro, and they don't give him a point. I never seen nothing like that. They really want this kid to be the next Floyd Mayweather. You understand? But that's horrible. How you gonna freaking jab and grab people when they're gonna try to hit you, or when you're in trouble? You know, figure that out. You know, and if Loma still got something in him, he's gonna beat the shit out of this kid. And I hope he does. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the Loma we fought. That's definitely not the Loma we fought. They saw a little, you know, they saw that Loma didn't look good with Jermaine Ortiz. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's get him now. You don't think that happened? Of course it did.
Ortiz is a tough fighter. He was successful with
man.
Jamal Herring.
Yeah, but they exactly. He's not a walkover. Ortiz is not a walkover. You understand? I understand that. But you know, and I think he has more attributions in the boxing than just a jab. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna beat Lomachenko just with a jab. You're not gonna do that. You know, I've seen it before.
Let me ask you this, and I want to relive this, okay? And I know you want to move on from this. If this fight does happen June 17th in New Orleans, Regis Prograis defending his bout against Arnold Barboza, who wins this fight and how?
Prograis, man. Barboza ain't nobody. He shouldn't even be named. He shouldn't be called. He looked terrible in all his fights. You know what I'm saying? And fighting nobodies. Prograis is gonna kill him. He's gonna make Prograis look good, and that's good because then we're gonna fight him. You understand? So I hope that fight happens. Because I want everybody to think my son is not gonna be the underdog right after we beat the shit out of Josh Taylor. So, you know, but yes, we want him, and we want him bad because he talks a lot of smack. You understand? They all talk a lot of smack. Josh Taylor too. Oh, I'm gonna do this for all y'all people. I'm gonna knock this dude out in 6 rounds for all the shit that he's been talking about. Oh, so he's the savior now. You understand? You heard when he said that, right?
I heard he said
I'm gonna laugh, bro.
You know?
I'm gonna laugh in his face. You know, I'm gonna laugh in his face. I can't wait.
I have a strong interest, Junior, in the 140-pound division. I got one more question. Where does Jose Ramirez fit in the equation in the 140-pound division?
He's done, man. He's done. That's why we're going after Prograis first. What Jose got nothing to give us. You know, Jose was a great fighter. He was a good fighter. He was a tough fighter, top competition. I don't think he's got it anymore. You know, and you know, I'm just being truthful. He got nothing that we want. You know, we want the belts. That's what we want. And we want the toughest fight. So right after Josh Taylor, I think the toughest fight would be Prograis. We could get it out, you know, in the Madison Square Garden come in December. You know what I'm saying? Heisman night, like we always do. You know, and I just can't wait, man. I was gonna tell you something, I freaking forgot, man. But oh yeah, listen to what I'm gonna tell you right now,
okay.
And this is truth. I was down, bro. I lost my mojo. I was down, and I believe a lot about the universe and everything. I feel that shit in my stomach again, that fucking drive that had me figure everything out. I have that shit now inside of me. We are not losing that fight because I call it and it's given to me. All right. And it's not only because of that. We've done the work. I know because I seen what my son could do. All right. And y'all people are going to be so entertained. You're going to see shit in there you never seen in boxing. All right. You know, and I'm talking about all his tricks. You know, remember that one when he's with Magdaleno, he's jabbing, all of a sudden he slips back, hits him in the head, comes right back, winks at the fucking at the commentators.
Yeah, he backhanded him.
You know, and the commentator was so perfect. Yeah, and the commentator was so perfect. Did you just see that? He just turned around, hit him, and went around and winked at us, right? That's a Teofimo that everybody's waiting for. That's a Teofimo everybody gonna see come June 10th. I cannot wait. I want everybody to come and see this. I hope everybody watches this channel right now, The Fighter's Voice. Watch, you know, my man right here, and tune in because I want the whole world to know what's gonna happen that night. You're the first one that has interviewed me, you know, for a while that I haven't talked to nobody, and I just want you to post. I hope you have a lot of following, and I hope you post this up because listen to me. People are going to see something that they haven't seen in ages, in centuries, you know, a real guy, a real fighter, a guy that doesn't grab, you know, a guy that doesn't clinch, you know, a guy that's, you know, a clean fighter, you know, and I hope Lomachenko beats this dude, bro. I really do, you know, but like I said before, that's not the same Loma we fought, but I think he could still beat him, you know, and if he thinks he's going to just beat him with the jab and grabbing him, boy, that's not going to work. We know he can't punch. My son hit Lomachenko with almost everything he had, and he took it. You know what I'm saying? So I know Lomachenko is not going down. You know? So, and I know he got prepared for this because Lomachenko wants those belts. And he deserves them because he's a real fighter. He deserves them. He's a real fighter. He's not a guy that won all that shit by fighting a guy when my son was dying, okay? That doesn't fucking, to me, I know what happened. You know, the world is being lied to. I'm real. I know what happened. And I'm not being a hater. I just talk the truth. If my son would have lost to freaking convulsions, he would have never fought ever again. I swear to my mother, bro, because I was like, what? No. You know, I know what happened, you know. And we're gonna be. This is just a matter of time. Let them get their little, you know, their little thing. You know what's the best thing? Whoever stays on top forever. Okay, that's why we fight the best, right? Because these guys think they're gonna get away with it. Sooner or later they're gonna fall, because we already been there. They haven't. You know, they're picking and choosing, little by little, little by little. You know, being scared. You at the end of the day, you're gonna sooner or later, you're gonna fall off the mountain, bro. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. Once you don't fight the real fighters, sooner or later, you're gonna fall. I'd rather fight the real fighters and fall now than to be bullshitting around this shit. You know, and this wasn't me calling this fight out. It was my son. He said, what the hell are we gonna fight Prograis for? Jack Carroll, Josh Taylor got hurt. Let's fight him. You know, and we called it out. Our manager got it for. We made it happen. We made it happen. You know, and thank God because
was this fight to put together, or how easy was this fight to put together for you? My son, Lopez and Josh.
My
Taylor.
son told his manager. The manager talked to Bob, and Bob made it happen. Josh Taylor said, "Yeah," because Carroll already had a fight. You understand? So it was made easy. You know, because Josh thinks he's gonna just walk through my son, and I love that. That was all made by God. God does things for a reason, bro. Sometimes you think it's bad, but sometimes it's good. You know, so you know, now everybody thinks they can beat my son. Let's go, because he was dying, and they don't give a fuck about that because they don't believe in that. Okay, you know, I just wish sometimes that everybody could feel what the fighter feels in that ring. You know. So they could know what happened.
You know what? A lot of people, in not to look back, I'm going to look back for a little bit, and then I'm going to move forward. A lot of people don't
Hey,
remember.
I just want to say the best water in the world is Sencha, baby. These are our sponsors. We love them.
Shout out to your sponsor. We'll take one of your sponsors. Shout out to our sponsor, Richard Ortiz. I sponsor the show ourselves right here. I am the sponsor, so
All
I just
right,
wanted to
great.
shout out to the sponsor. But you know what? Teofimo Lopez Enterprises could be a proud sponsor of the Fighter's Voice.
Bro, that's going to happen, the takeover promotions, and it's going to be huge. He's still young right now. We're getting everything together. We planning to open up a big gym. I don't want to name the state yet, but we're going to have everything. We're going to have the Cairo thing, the cold and hot bath. We're going to make it a little bit like a Russian type of freaking spa place, and and have all the rings, and it's going to be huge, bro. And we're doing this not to make money. We're doing this because we want to be around that environment and get the best fighters out there that we could see,
Well, I know Teofimo cares
and
about the
form
fighters.
a little
Fighter's future, and he cares about the kids. He said that numerous times in his statements. See, that's why I don't get. Why are we quick to say, okay, he said this, he said that, but we don't want to project when he was talking about helping the kids, about helping the fighters, their future, about them being able to decide what's next for them and have a say in their future. Because I remember he had several interviews talking about, let's take care of the fighter first and foremost. They're the ones in there taking the punishment. They're the ones in there putting their life at risk. Teofimo took a stand. And if no one believes me, I have those interviews. I'll go to the archives. Teofimo has never, ever disrespected a fighter during my watch, during my interviews, plain and simple, period. He said nothing but respectful things to me about Jose Ramirez. He said nothing about respectful things to me about Regis Prograis. He said, yes, great, talented fighter. We'll take it. We'll take that fight. Whenever I asked him or brought up a name, he's always been respectful to the sport, to the game, to himself, and to his future opponents. So I don't know why people are so quick to point the finger. One thing a lot of people don't talk about, how many times was that fight postponed? How many times was it put on the shelf? How long did it take for him to finally get in the ring over and over and over again? And then we got the result and people weren't satisfied. They were quick to point the finger, but nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the lead up. How many times was he put on the shelf? That fight almost didn't happen.
And to me, it was just a setup, by the people that in a way it was our mistake. In a way, it was really a bad decision. We listened to people that said that this is the fight, this is the money, this is this, and we didn't know how corrupted the persons that we dealt with were. And sometimes I thought that they were setting us up, bro, because everybody knew my son couldn't make the weight no more. And then stop the fight more than 7 times, man. That really took a toll on my son. And ask any asthmatic person in the world, how would it feel for them to lose weight, and some weight that they could not lose? They would be scared to death because it will bring a lot of complications to their chest, to to their lungs,
To their
to their
brain.
throat. A lot of complications. Exactly. You know that every time he will breathe, the air will go straight to his brain through that whole fight. The doctors said that he was God sent it, because they cannot believe he went 12 rounds like that. Yet alone you can't walk, yet alone fight hard for 12 rounds. I think the adrenaline was the only thing that kept him up, because right after the fight, he went upstairs, he collapsed. They had to take him, and they put stuff in his mouth and everything. And I was scared. I was crying the whole time. People don't know what we went through. Every night I was crying because the doctors told me they had him in life support. The doctors were telling me, we don't know if he's going to make it. It's up to him to heal. We can't do nothing because we're scared to open him up. And I said, no, fuck that, opening him up. I know he's going to heal because God got him like that twice, but not like this. He had holes this time. But I think God got him sick those 2 times just to make him strong this time, to survive
You guys
that.
are just weeks away. You guys are weeks away from that opening bell. And what can the world expect once that bell rings?
Oh, a lot of excitement, bro. A lot of movement. You're gonna see a Teofimo Lopez that everybody love to see. Entertaining, very entertaining. We're going in there for the crowd. We're going there to entertain the crowd. Our purpose is to eliminate this dude, get him out, and and dominate the 140 weight division until we can, and then move up to the 147. Once we have everything that we need at the 140, we're moving up to 147. My son got that pop to go all the way up there. And the only reason, you see, I'm gonna screw it up, bro. I can't say it, but everybody's gonna see what I'm talking about. The pop only works when you do the things that he doesn't do it no more. That's enough. That's enough. I could say. That's the only way it works. It doesn't work the other way. You're gonna see the Teofimo that everybody was loving. Come on June 10th, and then after the fight, I'm gonna say why everything was different, why everything changed, and then I'm gonna let everybody know.
Well, I mean, the stage is set, the platform's yours, and you didn't hold back at all, and you brought nothing but the truth. I'm going to do my best to try to get down there, Junior. I've said before that I want to go and cover that fight. I feel like I need to be there. Somebody else just recently asked me today, hey, are you going to that fight? And I said, I'm not too sure, man. I go, what, the Devin Haney fight? I said, no, I'm not making that fight. They said, no, Teofimo Lopez fight. So I feel like I need to be there. So somehow, some way, if some things are moved around,
This guy,
I need to be there, bro.
Yeah, I know. And another thing I wanted to say before we go, Josh said has never been knocked out or never been knocked, TKO. He's been knocked down by Catterall. No, he got knocked down by Catterall.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Right.
Yeah,
he has a knockdown.
I mean, that's what they call. A lot of people thought he lost the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you is he's never been knocked out. He's never been TKO'd. That fight is not going the distance. That's all I gotta say.
Hey,
my son's too strong right now. I mean, Josh Taylor's strong too. Got two strong guys. That fight is not going the distance. And I know my son is gonna be standing up after that bell rings. That's all I know. That's all I know. And I'm gonna be trainer of the year again in 2023. And I'm saying it right now, Nostradamus. I'll be trainer of the year in 2023. They got to give it to us. All right? Because right after Josh Taylor, we're going for Prograis. All right? Those are two big, huge fights. All right? That nobody dares to have. Nobody. None of these guys are doing that. None of these guys. All right? So once this kid that thinks he's like God, this Saturday, when he gets dethroned, if a little bit of the Loma's in there, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be jumping up and down like they was. You seen that video, right?
Yeah.
When my son lost, the Haneys jumping up and down, grabbing, hugging each other, throwing themselves to the sofa and everything. That's not us. We don't wish bad to nobody. But I'm just gonna be a little bit content, because it really doesn't matter if he wins, because sooner or later, we're gonna be on top. It's just a matter of time.
Well, I believe that's a future fight.
I don't wish nobody. I just wish nobody gets hurt in that fight. Okay, and the best man win. Let's put it that way. All right.
That's what we want. Hey,
that's that.
Hey, with Junior, and let Teofimo know, you guys aren't the only ones getting hated. I'm not going to mention this guy's name because I'm not going to give him any props, but I got my first person that blocked me. First person ever off Instagram or Twitter. They blocked me. So, it is what it is. And that person just wants an excuse to be
Is he a fighter?
Wants an excuse to be soured. That's all. What's that?
Is he a fighter? Is he a fighter?
No, he's not a fighter.
He's a commentator?
He's a manager promoter.
Oh,
and I'll leave it there. And I'll let you
so
do
tell
the math.
me, is he bald? Is he bald?
See, you can't get me going, Junior. I can't tip my hat because you didn't tip your hat.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
You got me,
All right,
brother?
man. I love you, man. Take care. The
Yes.
fighter's voice, man. You already know. Yo, listen, right after this fight, you know, the takeover is the future. Don't miss the fight, June 10th. Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. All right?
Well,
It's not
I
the other
will
way
say
around.
this. Josh Taylor coming into the ring, the undefeated, undisputed champion, New York City. He plans on taking it over. But we got Teofimo Lopez, our former undisputed kingpin at the 135-pound division, getting ready to sweep the 140-pound division. Tickets are still available. New York City is going to happen. Don't blink. It's not going the distance. You heard it from the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters. And I'm like Teofimo Lopez. We're simply knocking out the competition. And as always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Ricky.
And you forgot something. And I believe the youngest, after this fight, the youngest inductee, you know, in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Because he will be a Hall of Fame after this when he retires.
There you go. And don't forget, Trainer of the Year 2023, brother.
Yeah. All right. Hey, everybody, peace out. I love everybody. Don't miss the fight, June 10th. Go to the Madison. Can't go to the Madison Square Garden. Watch it on ESPN. It's going to be there. We're doing it like the old days. Like Muhammad Ali is going to be on national TV. Don't miss it. All right? This is the fight that everybody got to see. We did 4.5 million views with Lomachenko. I believe we could do this with Josh Taylor.
I agree. And now that I have you on, I don't want to sign you off just yet. Junior. And don't forget to follow our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. We need the subscribers, the followers, the supporters, so I can give people like Junior Lopez the platform needed to be heard worldwide. And as always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, I'm out. Teofimo Lopez Sr. here in the house. Peace, the takeover.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week.
Remember,
it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, and all the crew, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.